Hello my creative friends. Today's card is a card made especially for Debbie. Several of you have asked me how I am attaching my twine to my cards, and I said I would do a video, and then I got sick, and you can probably still hear it a little bit in my nose. I'm sorry. But I've wanted to do this for a couple of weeks, so I'm going to do it today. And I wanted to use some of the new Celebration catalogs items. If you're kind of new to Stampin' Up!, Celebration is their big party once a year. It goes from January 28th to March 31st. For every $50 that you spend during this time period, you can pick one of the Celebration items for free. And the Celebration items in the catalog are in this little pull-out section. For my card, I'm going to use the Banner Blast stamp set. This is one of the $50, or one of the items you can get for free with $50. The other item you can get is this cute little banner punch. Isn't that adorable? Okay, and it fits perfectly with these stamped images. And then I haven't used this one yet. This is called Decorative Dots. I want to emboss this main panel, but I also want the sentiment to be on it. So anytime I'm going to emboss a sentiment, I try and stamp the sentiment first. So I'm going to use some basic gray ink. The stamp set I'm going to use is Lots to Say. It's from Reverse Confetti, and I'm going to do this little baby Big Love. The nice thing is it's the clear stamp, so you can see exactly where you're going to stamp. Now I'm going to run this through the Big Shot with the Decorative Dots embossing folder. Again, this is a Celebration item. And I do my embossing folders usually on tab 1, and sometimes even with no tabs on the Big Shot. What I mean by that is tab 1. So clear plate on top, clear plate on bottom, with your embossing folder in the middle, and I'm just going to run this through my Big Shot. And here we have it. I like the little bit of subtle texture in the background. For my little flags, I'm going to take the Banner Blast stamp set, and I've already stamped a couple of them on this paper. This is a watercolor paper. I showed in a previous video how I made this. I cut out the hello. I've also made a card. I cut out the thanks, and now I'm using some of the scraps, and I'm going to punch out my banners. You could just punch the banner straight out. That's what I did here. But I thought it might be fun to kind of stamp the background, because when you watercolor you get a light version of the colors, and then when you stamp full on with the ink it gives that darker look. So I'm going to take Pumpkin Pie and I'm going to stamp it right here. There's a big bow in the middle of my table, so wish me luck. I gotta put this down here, hopefully it won't mess up. So I'm just going to take one of the banners, I'm inking it up in Pumpkin Pie ink, and then I'm going to stamp it. There we go. And I like to turn it upside down so I can see exactly where I'm punching. Punch it out. I did this one up here in Rich Razzleberry, and it's going the wrong direction, so I'm just going to again take my little snips even through that thicker watercolor paper. This did a really good job, that punch. I really like it. On page 12 of the Celebration catalog, there's some baker's twine that is available. I did not get this, but to me it looks like it might be thicker than the regular Stampin' Up! Baker's twine. I am not sure. Like I said, I don't have it in person. I placed an order today, and I'm thinking that is the next Celebration item I'm going to be getting. What I do have is this thread, or baker's twine, I think that's what she calls it, from Pretty Pink Posh, and I just love that little store. She's got some really cute little items, mostly sequins and confetti, and she has these adorable little spools of thread. I've got several colors, and I think every color I have would work on this card. I'm going to order some of these little spools. She sells just the spools, and use it as a decoration to put on a shelf in my sewing room because I just think they're just too cute. So what I did was I tied a knot in one end, and really I could tie a knot. I'm just kind of laying it over to make sure it's going to completely cover my card. You can decide whether you want it to be straight across or kind of wonky, or even all the way across your card. If you're going to have it be a little bit wonky and with some wave to it, give yourself a little bit extra room, and then just snip it off. And I'm going to tie another knot. I just wrap it around my finger, make a loop, and then pull the end through, and you've got your little knot. Isn't that cute? And so you just decide how you kind of want your baker's twine to go. Just choose your favorite kind of glue. I think Glossy Accents, Zip Dry, Beacon 3-in-1, Fabric Tack, all of those will work. I pulled out my Tombow Mono Multi. It's what I have handy and available and the closest to me. And basically I just used a very thin amount, or I tried to, and because I want it to have a little bit of a wave, I just go across my card like that. And create the design I want with the glue. Then I gently move this down here. Tack it in there. I just take my baker's twine and put it on top of the glue and run it across my card, and I very gently, mostly using the tip of my fingernail so I don't get glue all over my hands and get my fingers stuck to it. But that's how I get my baker's twine attached. Add the little flags, I just put them out where I think I might like them to go. Then I take dimensionals, oops, and I adhere the dimensionals to the bottom of my flags. If your dimensionals are too big, you can just cut them in half. And the dimensional is probably enough to hold it in place, but just for a little extra security, I take my glue again and I just run a small bead across the top of my tags. And I just take my my banners and I place them where I think they look good. I've got the glue touching the baker's twine. And as easy as that, you've got your little banners hanging on a string however you want. This would be really, really cute with little baby onesies or other things hanging, anything you want to hang. But for me, this has been the best way I have found to make my little banners. I'm going to finish the card up and put it up on my blog. I'll leave a link below if you want to go to my blog and see the supply list of everything that I use. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you find some time today to get a little bit creative. Thank you for being patient with me, Debbie. Bye.